Right. In you go. Hopefully we're all right with that. Stay in place. Camera holder. I don't like it slanted. What is it playing at? Stays that way. I have no clue why it's slanting to the side like that. Is it a bit too high maybe? Let's put it down a little bit. Oh, that's a bit better. Stay there, stay there. Bear with me all. So just setting up. So let me double check that we are still live, because sometimes we get, with it being Mercury in retrograde. Oh, yeah, it looks like we are live. Good, good, good. All right, so let me double check the sound. Yep, I can hear me. Mute the sound. Right, we're good. So this live stream is for a intuitive update for December that we're coming into. So this month, I'm sure, is a month that's got everyone excited because we have so many holidays. It's the major holiday period. We've came out of Halloween and Samhain. Now we're into Yule and Christmas and all of the other holidays which all fall coincidentally around the same time. So we have all of these energetic portals, and in the lead up to them we have the 1212 portal as well coming up. So we've got a lot going on this month. So I'm going to pull some cards. I've got the Crystal Power Tarot. I've got the Marseille Tarot, Marseille deck. Don't use this one very often, so I'll give it a little cleanse with some bright light and the breath of air. Okay, so give that a good shuffle. So I'm going to use my new Egyptian cards as well. They're going to get used. So I've pulled a card off screen. So we've got hope. So this is going to be an underlying theme for the reading and for this month. So restoring hope is a biggie. So the deity who is connected with hope in the Egyptian pantheon is Anuket, and this is a depiction of that goddess, Anuket. But the main message here is hope. So I feel like a lot of us, we've been bashed and battered and burnt out, and we've just had so much going on. We've had so much. We've had solar storms coming our way. We've had hurricanes coming our way. We've had bloody all manners of weathers. In the UK, we've just had torrential rain. So no matter where you are in the world, we're all just getting crazy ass weather. We had snow the other day as well in mid November. So yeah, this is what we're on, with all kinds of just levels of crazy, and this is why we're going to pull some cards to see how we can navigate this. Okay. 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 So we have that card. So let's see what we'll get next. So I'm going to start with the Marseille deck. Actually, I wanted to show this message. So these are some of the intuitive messages which I've prepared before the reading. So the first message for us all is restore. It's so important for us to rest and restore as we go into this wild period, because we've had wild stuff around us already, and it's only going to get wilder, I'm sure. So we must make sure that we're resting and restoring and resting and reassuring. We're resting and we're using self-care and looking after ourselves. So that is a big must for us all at this time. Okay. So let's pull one of the Marseille cards. Okay. Let's go with you. Interesting. So we have... Oh, I don't use this deck very often, but I'm guessing that is 6 swords. 6 of swords. Oh, another card literally just jumped out at me. Oh, no freaking way. Wow, that is very interesting. So we'll take a look at that one in a minute. So 6 of swords. So swords in a reading represent the element of air. So this, it ties in a lot with thinking, and it may, I'm guessing with a lot of swords in a reading, I'm guessing there's a lot of those who are overthinking stuff and we're like just going a bit doolally because we're just going over so much things in our head. We're like trying to make plans for this, that, and the other, and thinking about, oh, what if this happens, or what if that happens, and yada yada yada. So we've got all of this stuff, and it's just we're kind of getting wrapped up in like this negative energy of what ifs and just worrying about this, that, and the other, and stressing ourselves out. So we have that kind of energy around. Okay. Hello, and Ether66 says cats. Yeah, I love cats as well. So we had six swords. Let me have a quick look at the book, actually. Let's see if we can elaborate on that a bit more. 6 swords. Ah, interesting. So it's saying a key word with this card is travel. So it's 6 in a reading indicate adaptability and the ability to change in times of difficulty. So what was I just saying? There is a focus on obstacles to overcome. You may have been struggling with difficult situations recently, but this card indicates that you have achieved a balance and you're able to create order in your life. So that is a good thing. It says you may well feel in need of a break or a holiday, and this card indicates that you will travel, possibly over water. The 6 of Swords in the reading represents journeys, routes, success, resolution of difficulties, peace, and calm. So this is exactly what we need right now. So this is what the holidays are all about. It's all about peace, tranquility, love and togetherness. This is what the holiday period is all about. And Ether66 says, I'm definitely worried recently and I'm also moving house. So travel, these cards match me well. And Jackson Wickstrom says, I'm hunting right now. Okay. So that is interesting. So the next card we have is 2 of Cups. And it's interesting because I've literally been looking at another reading that a friend did for me. And this card came out. So 2 of Cups. So 2 of Cups is all to do with new love interests. So new relationships, new beginnings, new beginnings and new happiness. So, but yeah, there's a strong emphasis on maybe a new lover or rekindling a new spark or some form of new relationship, or something is beginning anew within a relationship. So this is what that card represents, the 2 of Cups. So I'm going to clarify on that a little bit more. Where did I just put that book? So let's clarify on that one. So 2 of Cups. Interesting that that one should, that's literally the card which just jumped out at me. That is pretty crazy. So it says a key word with this one is commitment. So twos in the reading indicate a period of waiting and anticipation of great success in the future. There is a focus on relationships and matters of the heart. The presence of this card in a reading indicates simple unity of two people in love. If you're wanting to form a new relationship, this card suggests that it will be extremely rewarding and successful. If you're in an ongoing relationship, there will be renewed passion and communication. The Two of Cups in the reading represent love, passion, friendship, affinity, union, concord, sympathy, and harmony. So that is a really positive card to come out. So that's definitely a good sign for us all. Okay. So so should we have another one of the Marseille Tarot cards? Let's see if any of the major arcana want to play with us today. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, what have you got for a Spirit? What have you got for December? Okay, so we have... Okay, One of Cups, it looks like. That is a very strange depiction. I do not use these cards very often. That was kind of surprising. I was trying to figure the heck what that was, figure it out. But it looks like a big, massive church cathedral thing. And then there's like the base like a cup. That is such a weird image. Okay. But I do know, again, with cups are all to do with emotion and feelings. So I feel like we're all feeling some kind of way. And I know as we get closer to the holiday periods, we're all kind of feeling a bit, well, there's some of us who are single, we may feel a bit sad and a bit like we're kind of not getting attention or affection, but this card kind of does suggest that there is some form of love which is just around the corner. And that's interesting because we literally have now had one of Cups or Ace of Cups and Two of Cups, and they're both talking about love. So this is suggesting to me that there's a lot of love on the horizon. So that is looking very positive for us. Okay, so let me see which cards am I going to pull from now. Let's go with the Crystal Tarot. Let's see what the Crystal Tarot has to say to us. All right, let's see. I've not used these cards in a reading as of yet, so this is going to be interesting. I just need to make sure they're well shuffled. Okay, so let me try do that. Okay, that's a bit better. Oh, I've just dropped half of the cards on the floor. So how many cards is that? So I feel like, all right, let's play with these cards because I feel like everything happens for a reason. So I feel like we need some of these cards in here. So I want to go with this one. So we have the Page of Cups. So again, like I was saying, cups in a reading represent emotion. So this card represents a person who's very in tune with their emotions. It could represent a younger, either a young male or a young lady. But the crystal which is attached with this card is Angel Aura. So Angel Aura is a very interesting stone because Angel Aura is not a natural stone. It is a lab created gemstone. So the clear quartz, they take clear quartz and then they fuse metals onto it, and that's how we get the angel aura. So interesting. Oh wow. So there's a really cool message which goes with this card. So it's saying, I am as young as I choose to feel. So I feel like this is kind of like a mantra for us, or some form of reminder. Okay, so I am as young as I choose to feel. That is one of the positive messages that's coming through from Spirit. Okay. Let's pull another one of those cards. Actually, what did I just do with that card? Did I put the card back? Let's put it over there with the others. Okay. Which other card do we want? 10 of Swords. Ouch. Bloody hell. Okay. So we have 10 of Swords. Wow. So this is the second time we've had swords now, because damn, there's a lot going on this month. Bloody hell. So we had 6 of Swords, and now we have 10 of Swords. So 10 of Swords is often not a very nice card. So it can represent a time of feeling like restlessness and kind of sleepless nights, and just a overwhelming feeling of unhappiness. So that is represented by that card. But it's important to remember, for those who resonate with this card, those who are feeling like that, when you're feeling like you're burnt out, or you're at the end of your tether, like you've had so much things going wrong, or so much things that you're trying to juggle all at once, and you just do not have the energy reserves. So it says, I see the truth in this ending. So that is the important message here. So even though like this big major event may happen, which causes some form of blow up, something positive will come of it. That is the message here. So it says, I see the truth in this ending. So I'll show you that card one more time. Okay, interesting. All right, so the next channeled message that I have here is unfolding, and I feel that kind of ties in very well, because it's the message of the last card. I see the truth in this ending. So it's the truth is unfolding before us. Okay, so I'll pop that card down. So truth's unfolding, like things are falling into place. Okay, let me go with another card. Let's go with Crystal Tarot again. So let's give it a quick shuffle. Crystal Power Tarot, rather. Okay. Right, what else do we need to be aware of this upcoming month, December? What do we need to be aware of? 9 of Pentacles. Nice, I like that. So 9 of Pentacles, and the crystal that goes with it is malachite. So malachite is a very powerful gemstone. So malachite is a mirror. Malachite mirrors a person's energy. It kind of mirrors and amplifies energy. So I feel like for us, this kind of energy that's around us, it's going to amplify how we're feeling. So I feel like that is where the cups, like all of these cups that we get in. So we had Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, and we had the Page of Cups. So these cups are all to do with emotions that we're feeling. And this malachite energy that's around us, that is going to amplify our feelings. So if If we're feeling happy, then the seasonal December energies, they're going to amplify that happiness. If we're feeling a bit down, it's going to amplify that as well. So I think the key thing here is to be aware of this in advance so that we can make sure that we're putting measures into place so that we can control how we're feeling, so that we're not setting ourselves up to fail, basically, so that the energies and feelings that are getting amplified throughout this period, throughout December, it can be good feelings that are being amplified. And the message with this card, it says, I take the time I need to nurture myself. Again, so we're talking about self-care here. Okay. Let me go with the Egyptian cards. And I feel like this is a good time to take a look at the next channeled message. So root and grounding. Because it's always very important to just remember that we're connected to Mother Earth, and just simply standing on Mother Earth, stamping our feet or sitting cross-legged on the ground, we can connect to Mother Earth's energy and ground our energy. And when we're feeling a bit dysregulated, like spending time in nature, connecting to Mother Earth, that is going to do us the whole world of good. Okay. So let's see which Egyptian energy, which Egyptian deity energy is around us this month. What have you got for us? So we have Seshat, wisdom. Interesting. So this is the card. So if you look at these cards, they all look like papyrus drawings. They're very cool. So that's what's on the back of the cards. So Seshat, it says Seshat is a goddess of wisdom. So this is interesting here. So when we talking about wisdom, so I'll just give you the basics on what wisdom actually is. So wisdom is just knowledge that is being applied in the correct way. So all of us, we're all knowledgeable about different things, but some of the times, like, we have all of this knowledge stored away and it doesn't really get used. So the wise person, they actually make use of the knowledge that they have. So they're applying their skills, they're applying themselves in the best possible way, and they get the good results because of this. And this is wisdom. Okay, so that is that card. So the next channeled message I have for us here is kindness and charity. So kindness and charity kind of goes without saying, really. So at this time of the year, it's all about coming together. It's all about gifting and being kind and being grateful for everything that we have, whether it's what we already have or it's what we've been gifted or what we're gifting to others. We're all just being so grateful because there's other people out in the world who don't have what we have, or they don't have a lot. So kindness and charity is an important thing to be aware of and to remember at this time of the year. Okay, so kindness and charity. Okay, so let me pull another one of the Marseille cards. So let's go back to the French Tarot. French Tarot, what have you got for us? Oh, card jumping out at me. So we have Roi de Coupe. Ooh. So that, I believe, is the King of Cups. So again, it's interesting that a lot of cups are making their way into this reading. So we have the Page of Cups, now we have the King of Cups. I'm going to take a look at what it's saying about the King of Cups. King of Cups, what have you got to say to us? So again, the King of Cups is likely represented by one of the water signs. So the water signs are, let me get this right. So there's Pisces, there's Cancer, and there's one more that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Cancer. That's the one. Okay. So, King of Cups. What is it saying about the King of Cups? So it says, the presence of many cups in a reading indicates a time during which your actions will revolve around emotion. The King of Cups is associated with the astrological sign of Cancer. There is a focus on business matters. The querent may well encounter a man who promises to be helpful in a business matter, and this could prove to be true. However, you should stay involved in the matter, as the man may lose interest and enthusiasm towards the end, at which point you will need to step in. The King of Cups in a reading represents business, responsibility, creative intelligence, law, and divinity. So special consideration with this card is the querent may encounter a man of religious beliefs who may arouse the querent's interest in spiritual development. So that is an extra consideration, a special consideration that goes along with that card. Interesting. So at this time of the year, that sounds quite likely, because there's always like lots of people preaching on the streets, etc., etc. So let's have a look at my own oracle cards. Let's have a quick pull one of those, see what energies are around. What energies are around us for December? Let me know. Okay. Wow, okay. So again, this is confirmation about the new beginnings. So, and the rooting and grounding actually, because you can see lots of roots here. So this is a very green card. So the colours are suggesting like abundance. It's the whole earthy sort of energy that's around us. So this is good as we begin to like put up our Xmas trees and Yule trees. There's this green energy and it represents like longevity. It represents vitality, health, because these trees that we use, at least the living ones, they're the ones that don't lose their leaves. This is why those trees are used, because they stay beautiful all year round. They keep their leaves, they don't change in that way. So this is the message here. So this is reinforcing the fact that there's new beginnings, and there's new opportunities for wealth and abundance around the corner. So that's good to hear. Okay, so the next channel message I have here is sincerity and truth. So this is a biggie. So sincerity. So with sincerity, it's important because we need to be letting people know our stance on certain subjects. So like when we're going into a situation, we need to be sincere about how we feel. We need to be standing in our authenticity. We need to be who we really are. So don't just put on an act just because it's like the holiday season or etc. etc. So So don't just put on a mask or an act. We need to be our sincere selves, and we need to be present and let people experience who we really are at this time. So that is the message: sincerity and truth. Okay, so let me pull another Egyptian card. What other Egyptian deity energy is around us? I wonder, what have we got here? Okay, so we have, wow, interesting. So it says Mertzija. So this is a lesser known deity, but it says the message with this card is righteousness. So righteousness, wow, that is such a big word. So so righteousness is about doing the right thing and kind of like being in tune with a higher power, kind of connecting with like higher guidance and higher timelines, and just things being as they should be, like just really doing the right thing is what I'm hearing. Just making sure that we're not going down the wrong path, or we're not putting in the wrong key. I'm hearing. So it's like putting the wrong key into the door. So if you're trying to put the wrong key into the not the right door, so you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be stood outside the door for quite some time because you're not going to be able to get through. So this is what the message is with this. So when you have the right tools, when you have the right mindset, you're in this state of righteousness, because this is what you're vibing with. This is what you're giving off. Okay, so that was that card. Mertzija, righteousness. Interesting. Let's go with Crystal Power Tarot again. Crystal Power Tarot. What have you got for us? Okay. What else do we need to be aware of this month? Or this upcoming month, should I say? So we have more wands. 6 of Wands. Did we already have 6 of Wands? No, we had 6. So we're getting a lot of 6s in this reading. So I think we had 6 of Swords. So 6 of Wands is what we have. And the gemstone which goes with it, it says that the gemstone which corresponds to this card is garnet. So garnet is a lovely red stone, similar to a ruby, but it's not as pretty. But garnets are all to do with, like, again, that it's to do with matters of the heart again. So I feel like there's an echo here. It's kind of tying in. And when I see this card in a reading, 6 of Wands, I feel like it's news coming in. I feel like receiving a good message. So let's see what it actually says here. So it says, I am proud of what I achieve and accept my rewards. So yeah, good things are coming your way. This is what this card is saying. But garnet, that stone, it's to do with fidelity. So it's like standing by your loved ones, your standing by your partner, or whatever you want to call them, standing by them through whatever, and just then you can, like it says, accept your rewards and just enjoy life together. Just appreciate the small things and enjoy your time together, basically. Okay, so let me see let's go with another Crystal Power Tarot. Crystal Power Tarot, what else would you like to let us know? Okay. I feel like I want that card. Okay, let's see what this one is. So we have... Ooh. Okay. So we have the Death card. But don't worry. So the Death card, it's just... It's not... does not mean literal death. It just means a change, a very important change, which is going to happen. So that's going to be happening soon. So it says, I let go and embrace new beginnings. So again, that's tying in with some of the other cards here. So new beginnings, we're getting quite a few cards which are talking about new beginnings. Oh wow, look at that card. That looks so magical. It's like you're going through to another world. Wow. So Phantom Quartz, it says, is the crystal that goes with this card. And that's interesting. So Phantom Quartz, that is a crystal where you can see the outline of another crystal inside it. It's like there's another crystal growing inside it. And that's why they call it Phantom Quartz, because it looks kind of spooky. But with Phantom Quartz, it's all to do about the message with that gemstone. It's about looking within and going within and connecting with the energy that's inside us and unlocking hidden knowledge within ourselves. This is the message, and that kind of does tie in quite a lot with the change aspect of the Death card. Okay. So the next channeled message that I have here is guidance and good advice. So when it comes to guidance, make sure that you're paying attention for signs. So if our ancestors, if our spirit guides and angels are leaving us guidance, then we need to make sure that we're like not letting it go over our heads, because I feel like our spiritual team, they may exert quite a lot of energy to make messages appear before us, to drop things in our lap. And if we're just completely oblivious to it, then it's kind of wasting a lot of their time and energy. So be mindful of the guidance. So if you're hearing, basically, if you're walking on the street, or if you're in your car or in your home, anywhere, and you turn on the radio or you turn on some form of music, turn on the television, and you instantly hear a sign or a message which resonates with you, then be aware that that sign does come from spirit. It is coming from our spiritual team, because this is a form of guidance. Okay. And listen to good advice. Also, sometimes our spiritual team, they will send good advice to us through people that we know, or people that we may just randomly run into. They may just impart some form of wisdom or good advice to us, and you may be just looking at them thinking, where the heck did that come from? Like, I'd never expected to receive such good advice from such and such a person. And this is because they've been inspired by the divine, and that message just came through for you. Okay, so be aware of that. So let's see which other card. Let's go with Crystal Power Tarot again. Let's get a use of this. Crystal Power Tarot. Okay. I want this one. We've got wands again. 2 of wands. Interesting. So this is the card. And that says garnet again. So it's the same gemstone as before. So the message on the card, it says, I focus on what I want and make it happen. I focus on what I want and make it happen. Interesting. And I feel like that tied in strongly with the next channeled message. So it's very important for us to tune into our instincts, our gut feelings, our inner voice. So the voice within, we may want to call it, but this is our instinct and intuition. This is such an important superpower, and it's something that we can all tap into. So it's not just certain people who are psychic. Everyone is psychic in some form. It's just more people tune into it and tap into it more than other people and practice it and develop it. But we all get gut instincts and we all have some form of intuition. So we just need to be making sure that we're paying attention again, like I was saying, with the listening out for guidance from spirit. We also need to be paying attention and listening out for guidance from our heart. So just simply by putting your hand over your heart and trying your best to clear your mind, we may want to just breathe in and out, breathe in and out, and just letting spirit's guidance just pop into your mind. Like the first thing that pops into your mind, if it's a positive mirror, if it's a positive message, then it's most likely going to be coming from the spirit, from our spiritual team, so from the divine. If it's not a positive message, then it's likely it's just the monkey brain or the ego, so just pay that no mind. But you can always tell good genuine guidance from spirit, because it will be something positive and something that makes sense and something that you can actually apply. Okay, so paying attention to your instinct and intuition, that is a must, okay, for December. So Two of Wands, let me quickly see what it says about that in the tarot book. Two of Wands. Partnership, of course. So it signifies that notions are taking place. When the Two of Wands is drawn, there is a focus on your relationship to others. This card indicates a need for independence and solitude. The Two of Wands represents boldness, restricted freedom, dominance from another, and separation. You may feel the need for a separation in order to feel in control of your destiny. So special consideration with this card is you should assert your independence and not allow others to deny you of your freedom. You should not allow him or her to be drawn in. So it says he or she should not allow him or her to be drawn into something against his or her will. Be strong or you may have regrets. Okay, so the key word with that card was partnerships. Okay, where is the other cards? Which of I wanted the Egyptian cards. Let's pull another Egyptian card, okay? Okay. Heidi Arthur says, hiya. Hiya, Heidi. Okay, so let's... Oh, the card literally just jumped out. All right, let's see which Egyptian deity that is. So we have Satis, or Satet, it says. Satis. So Satis is the goddess of satisfaction. It's literally where that word comes from. So this is a positive sign that with what's lies ahead of us lies a time of satisfaction and fruitfulness. So there's good things, there's abundance. We have everything we need. We're satisfied, we're fulfilled, we're feeling happy. So this is a very positive sign from the Egyptian goddess Satis. Okay, so that is very good. And then the last guidance message that I have is resolution. So resolution, so this is all to do with, as December is literally the last month of the year, as we're closing this year, we need to be thinking of what things have gone a bit awry, what conflicts have arisen. So we need to see if we're able to mend some fences, if we're able to resolve some of these issues before we head into the new year, because we don't want to be taking a lot of this baggage with us. So we need to be trying our best to make some resolutions along the way. And it's this perfect time of the year for it, because everyone's feeling happier, everyone's feeling a bit more friendly and a bit more attentive and open and receptive. That's what I'm feeling. So everyone's a bit more receptive at this time of the year. So it's the perfect time to try to make a few resolutions and resolve some conflicts. Okay. So let me pull one more crystal tarot card. Let's have another one of you. Right, so this card is going to crown this reading. What is the overall message for us? What is the message which crowns this reading? Spirit, please let me know. What do you have for us? Okay. Judgment and Bloodstone. So interesting. So this is the message that we have. So this is the card. So Judgment is one of the major arcana. So it's a very powerful card. So the gemstone which comes with this is Bloodstone, and the message which is written on the card is, I look back with compassion for myself. Okay, so again, this is, I feel like that does tie in very strongly with this message here, the resolution and resolving energy. So let me pull a bit of that information from this book on tarot for a bit more depth to that. Judgment, because Judgment is a very juicy card, but it's not as scary as it sounds, to be fair. So it says, so it's number. So this card represents twos. So again, we've had quite a lot of twos. We had Two of Cups earlier. So again, it's representing a period of waiting, warmth, anticipation for future success. The Judgment card is, when the Judgment card is drawn in a reading, there's a focus on change and new development. So we've had a lot of cards saying this same message: change, new developments, new beginnings. So the Judgment card indicates that it is important to deal with matters that have been previously put aside in order to advance to new successes. Again, wow, that is crazy. It literally is highlighting this resolution. Wow. The Judgment card often indicates that there will be significant changes in your life, new relationships, a new career, or a new home. The Judgment card represents a change of position, renewal, and spiritual development. Wow. So the special consideration of that card. So the special consideration of this card. This will highlight any injustices that exist in the querent's life. So the querent is yourself. You should be inspired to work towards the future and accept that there may not be any signs of material success for a while. Okay. And again, reading that message, I look back with compassion for myself. So we could literally use that as a mantra or affirmation. I look back with compassion for myself. I look back with compassion for myself. So it's a very positive message there. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. Do check out some of the other videos. I will see you all soon. Brightest blessings. Take care.